Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It is a big week, not just here in Australia, with New South Wales Labor government ramming through these new self-gender ID laws. But also, I'll get to that stuff in another video. But in New York, guess what's happening over there? Good news. A New York high school students will participate in statewide walkout against trans athletes competing in girls' sports. We have this major issue on our hands, right? We have biological men that want to identify as being women, but we know that they're not actually women. They want to compete in women's sports. And you know what? People allow them to do that, negating the fact that it actually puts the lives of these women in a position that is not good. Let's just use that terminology because I'm not allowed to say much more. If I do, then you guys know what happens. So I think it's a good thing what these students are doing. They're taking matters into their own hands. They're saying, no, enough is enough. And the only way we're going to stop this is if we choose to stand up and go, we're walking out. We're not participating in any of this stuff. We're not going to be competing against biological men. No way, Jose. And Riley Gaines actually shared this the other day. She goes, this is the way. Don't participate in the farce. Indeed, you don't have to. You shouldn't be forced to put your own life on the line because of people that want to identify as something that we know that they're not. High school students across New York plan to participate in a walkout later this month to protest transgender athletes competing in girls' sports. The statewide demonstration, set for October 24, is being organized by the Coalition to Protect Kids, a group that has strong backing from the Catholic Church and the New York Republican and Conservative parties. Hallelujah. Keep up the good work. It's not right for boys to compete against girls in sports. It's a huge disadvantage for girls, said Hannah Pompeo, a 16-year-old soccer player at Eden High School near Buffalo, who is participating in the walk-off for Fairness Day. I love this. Good on ya. Millie McCormack, a student dancer at Summers High School in Westchester County, said she and her sister Beatrix would also be taking part in the protest. I don't think it's right for men to be in our safe spaces. We worked hard for places on our teams, she said. Boys have physical advantages we don't have. The groups supporting the walkouts oppose the controversial Proposition 1 measure on the ballot in November 5th election. Prop 1, also called Equality Rights Amendment, would enshrine the A-word rights in the state constitution. New York already has among the strongest A-word rights laws in the nation, and critics claim the ballot measure is unnecessary and just a ruse to try to boost Democratic turnout in competitive congressional and state legislature races, as well as for the White House. The proposal also asks voters whether they support or oppose adding language to the Constitution stating that people cannot be denied rights based on their race, color, ethnicity, national religion, national origin, age, disability, creed, religion, or you know what, including you know what orientation, gender identity or expression, pregnancy outcomes, reproductive health care, and autonomy. Man, that's a mouthful. So many categories. And then, you know, the more categories we have, the harder it is to make sense of it all. Like, you've got so many categories, and a lot of it, you're like, why are they there to begin with? Opponents argue adding such expansive language would open the door to allowing athletes who identify as female and are born male to compete against women and girls, which they claim would discriminate against athletes who are born female. Girls are being systematically cancelled in this state, and Walk Off for Fairness Day will give them a safe opportunity to make their voices heard, said Coalition to Protect Kids New York spokesperson Aisha Kurtz. So many of these young women are afraid of speaking out, so they're forced to watch as 50 years of female athletic progress gets washed away by destructive ideologies. Girls are not second-class citizens. So why are they being treated that way? Indeed. In April, the State Education Department issued draft guidance that would allow trans boys to compete on girls' sports teams, meaning biological dudes that identify as being girls. It also would allow boys, regardless of their gender identity, to play on girls' teams if the school fails to offer a boys' team in a selected sport. If Prop 1 passes, these regulations could be protected in the state constitution, the coalition claims. That is dangerous. The guidelines have been put on hold following public outcry, at least until after the election. This is why Trump needs to win. The Republican and conservative parties are urging voters, including parents and their student athletes, to reject what they consider progressive overreach. The Prop 1 ballot amendment would roll back the protections guaranteed to women and girls under the Title IX of the Education Amendment signed into law by President Nixon over 50 years ago by giving biological males a constitutional right to compete on girls' teams and taking away the scholarships and playing time these young women have worked so hard for, said State Republican Party Chairman Ed Cox. That is ridiculous. 66% of New Yorkers oppose this radical social engineering change to our state constitution, according to the latest New York Times Siena poll. The New York Republican Party urges young athletes to join the Walk Off for Fairness #GirlCot on Thursday, October 24th. Chimed in State Conservative Party Chairman Jerry Kassar. It's hard to believe we're even having the conversation that girls' sports would be for anyone other than girls. We fully support Walk Off for Fairness Day in New York, reminding young people that there is safety in numbers. Girls' sports must remain girls' sports, and there should be nothing controversial in that statement. The main group backing Prop 1 accused opponents of running a scare campaign. There's no bigger bully than the Coalition to Protect Kids, lying to students and parents to scare them into turning on each other, said Sasha Ayuja, campaign director of the New Yorkers for Equal Rights. Always someone from an equal rights, whatever party that goes, oh, it's the fault of scare tactics and whatever else. No, it's not, mate. Just stop. Stop. Prop 1 is about protecting a word permanently and preventing government discrimination, full stop, and they know it. Yeah, right. Actually read what Prop 1 is about, and it's more than what you claim it is. And that's a problem. You aren't smart enough to look at it properly. You are so ideologically captured. You don't care what it does to girls at all. In their desperation to make this amendment about anything else, Coalition to Protect Kids is doing anything but. Yeah, right. And what you're doing is actually protecting kids, is it? No, what you're doing is you're protecting biological dudes that identify as being girls. Yeah, you're doing a very good job at trying to protect them. But there's a reason why 66% of people actually oppose Prop 1. Hello? I think more people actually should. I think it should be 99 or at least 100%. For goodness sake, like, people these days, man. People these days. Anyway, let's contribute to, I know I'm in Australia, but I'm going to be cheering all the way here in Australia. You go, girls. Go get them. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.